gotta do a quick check. I gotta do a quick check, y'all. 1 second. Sweet baby. I don't know if my thing is on, so y'all gonna have to help me when y'all's get in. But let me run a check and say, okay. Sounds like it's all right. Hey, Professor! By the way, y'all's oh, sorry, Professor. Is the audio okay? Hey, Sunflower. Yeah, y'all's. This is the Solomon Project, where it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep that counts. In case this is your first time here, I'm your host, Richard Burns, okay? I hope the audio's okay. Is it clear? You know what, Professor? Listen. I don't want you to be angry. Hey, from the SIP. Look at this. Hey, from the SIP. Did you notice the big old smile I had when you came in? Huh? That's love. That's love, SIP. So, Professor, I don't want you to be angry with YouTube anymore over the request for the ID. I don't want you to be angry anymore. Let me apologize on behalf of YouTube, but in all honesty, you know, I made a comment on your video about how young you look. Professor, it's true. You look extremely young. Hey, BDB, what's going on, brother? You look extremely young. Maybe YouTube went and grabbed one of the shorts that you made. I'm doing well, BD. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well too. Yeah, you'll be 46, but you look like you'll be 16. Professor, you look extremely young. After I saw the video, it dawned on me. Wait a second, because it's really. Yeah, Professor, I'm telling you right now. Listen, Professor, if you walked into my grocery store and wanted to buy cigarettes, I'm definitely asking you for ID. Definitely, without a doubt. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm asking for ID. I have to. Oh, you're welcome, Sunflower. I love supporting my peoples. Look at that. Yeah. Professor, you do look extremely young. 46? Look, hey, you definitely have to walk around. Yeah, you have to get looks in convenience stores. You have to walk around with ID. You can't just leave it in the car, leave it at home. Well, I doubt you leave it at home, but let's say your ID's in the purse or something. Hey, Chris. Well, what do you mean, that video at first? What? Really? You keep getting subscribers? Sunflower? And this Saturday night that passed, this last Saturday Night Live, I wanna reconnect with y'all's on the unboxing of Double D's package that you sent them. Yeah. Which one? The video of you going to going shopping at that, what is that called? It did go off the rails. Yes, it did. So we got to revisit the unboxing. Oh, thank you, Chris. Yeah, we gotta. I want to redo the unboxing because I don't think we did it. We did it justice. Hey, Kalia Caston. Did I say it right? Or Callie? I'll call you Callie. How's that? Yeah, Professor. I really want to revisit that because there was a lot going on, and it overshadowed the celebration. The celebration with you know, I really wanted to get into, you know, D with both his hands on his meat, you know. Yeah, I wanted to celebrate that big time. Damn, that's loud. Who's doing that? Who that is doing that all loud like that? Let me see. That was a huge notification right there. That notification was just too loud, so I have to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 2 big sausages in his hand. Truly amazing. I gotta send a message to the broker. Sunflower, what are you laughing at? So I gotta let the broker know that I'm here. Arrived at delivery a while ago. Currently in a door. In a door. There, that way they can feel at ease. Because these brokers, you know, and I really believe that the brokers, some brokers, actually set you up to try to pay you less by giving you these tight delivery windows. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I got into it with a broker when I was in your state, Professor. When I went to go deliver in Washington recently, like a week and a half ago, no, I will not make it home for Thanksgiving. Christmas, yes, but not Thanksgiving. And even that, even Christmas, I got a question. Matter of fact, I got to have a conversation with my wife about Christmas because there's too much going on in January. So I'm going to let her decide. Do you want me home for Christmas? Or do you want me home for, you know, of course the kids can have their gifts. She does the whole Christmas thing. I don't, but she does. Yeah. You know, she's Americanized because in the Spanish-speaking countries, we don't really celebrate Christmas. We celebrate Three Kings, and that's in January. But she's big time Euro-sized. So her thing, she's, you know, she's big on Christmas. Big on Christmas. Christmas is like, yeah, that's... But January is ultra important for us. Super important. Okay, yeah. That's our Three Kings. January 6th. We do Three Kings. Yeah. I can understand why in New York City, the Hispanics didn't celebrate Three Kings because the Three Kings don't have a sled, so they can't enter through the roof. They got to walk the neighborhood, so they'll more than likely get mugged. So Three Kings ain't coming to my neighborhood, you know? Yeah. Out there though. Did you hear about those two right there that wanted to take over a Haitian island? No, I didn't hear about that. That must be the latest thing. That's got to be the latest thing. Yeah, Three Kings, Professor. That's how we get down. That's ridiculous. It's 2025. Are you serious? They wanted to go down that path? They wanted to go that route? They wanted to enslave the women and children. Man. Some people are just straight up bugged out. Bugged out. Oh, by the way, I'm at a delivery in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yeah. Are you sure you guys can hear me okay? See, I can't tell because I got this thing hooked up to both. Let me see. Let me just make a quick check. Yeah, see? It's hooked up to that. Let me try something real quick. See if it'll do that. Or maybe I gotta. Alright. Let me take it off here. Okay. Okay. How's the audio now? I just did a little switcheroony. Take it off here. Okay. Yeah, I can hear myself. How's the audio now? I just did a little good switch. Yeah, so that it can come over here because this one has noise canceling. I'm listening to the fan on my converter. Got this little converter for power. So it's got a fan, and that fan is pretty loud. That's why I wanted to put this thing on. And I'm doing the whole vertical thing. Do you prefer that I go to StreamYard all the time when I do the lives, Professor? I keep you in mind whenever I do my lives. That's why on Saturday Night Lives, I make sure that because it's a Saturday, I make sure that it's at that I go on at a comfortable hour so that you can participate. You know what I mean, Vern? So that's redonkulous, this whole plot with that Haitian island. What, Saturdays? Saturday night, the Saturday Night Live was interesting? Is that the one you're saying was interesting? Which one was interesting? Huh? Which one was interesting? Huh? Man, my parents, my siblings, they had a rough time with me. Should I be admitting that? Oh, no, I I knew that that's what happened. I figured as much. But it's all good, though. It's all good. Oh, let me switch this up right here real quick. I'm trying to save some of my time. I went on duty long enough so that I can claim time making the delivery. So now I went off duty to save some of my time because I don't have that much time left. Oh, by the way, Professor, that this last video that you made, showing the things the articles that you bought at the Kitsap, what did you call that thing? The fair, okay, at the Kitsap Fair. Wow, I felt like I was in a classroom. Your presence, Professor, it was like I was in a classroom. The presentation was collegiate. You was professoring up there. Yeah, the fan just went off. Sometimes when you plug too many things, that fan gets really loud. And I got the reefer on, and that thing hums, and that also impacts the audio. Yeah, Professor, that was public speaking skill was top tier. Top tier. You could do that all day, every day. Yeah. No, but he showed up, left, and then came back. That's when Auntie took over. Man, this YouTube can create some unnecessary drama for people. Unnecessary. I don't know. Some people really love that stuff. I would much rather exchange and learn from everybody. There it is again. And the fans are going wild. Fan is back on. Yeah, no, I dig what you're saying. I dig what you're saying. However, the visuals on her content, really good. Really good. I'm looking into that. You've been to my other channel, Lip Gloss Laxative, so you know that I started fooling around with some AI for content. You saw that, yeah. And it was nice because my voice was cloned, and I was able to use my voice. I thought that was cool. The only thing is that it's such a limited amount of time that I could use the app to create a video. Videos are like 2.5 minutes long each, and I can only do that like once a week for the... Mr. Mulatto was here? Did he come in? I didn't see him. Did he come in and I not shout him out? Amir Abbas. Oh, I'm sorry, Amir Abbas. I missed you. Where am I from? Like, where's my family from? Where was I born? I was born here in the United States. Ugh. I am American. Me and Kings and Yorktown blogs have been busy. Yeah. Yup. Busy bees. Well, Yorktown, he's working on his what? Masters? What's he working on? He's working on something. that requires a lot of his attention. And vegan is working and still creating content, doing his thing. Matter of fact, let me do a quick. Man, that was loud. Who that is? That's me. That was me. I don't know if you guys were able to hear that, but that was me. Okay, his masters. Yeah, that stuff. Professor, look. Hats off to you, Professor. Hats off to you. Really. Hats off to you. Hats off to you. You went through it. See, my wife arrived here to the mainland to go to college, a small private college in Boston. And she didn't speak English. She got 2 bachelors in 4 years, and she had to do it all in English. She had to do it all in English. And she completed both her bachelors in 4 years. She's a brainiac, man. She's a certified brainiac. No. She's but a Puerto Rican. Born and raised. Born and raised. And then she comes here to get a bachelor's from a private institution. Yeah. She's a but a Puerto Rican. Or like this sergeant told my homeboy, he's a Puerto Rican. He's Puerto Rican. He didn't know how to pronounce Puerto Rican, so he called him Puerto Rican. Yeah. My wife got a ridiculous memory. I think she's a descendant of an elephant or something, because her memory is ridiculous. Well, she was a child actress, so she had to memorize all her lines. She used to be on this comedy show back in Puerto Rico. And she's got a beautiful singing voice. Music is in the family. More so from her side than mine, even though I was a musician. But from her side, her father was a prodigy. A musical prodigy. Her father was no joke in music. Her and her mother were, when they were back in Puerto Rico, her and her mother bumped into a musician, and the guy was kind of bragging about his skills, his musical skills. And he was bragging about his teacher, that his teacher was incredible, and that's why he's so good, because his teacher was incredible. Conversation progresses, still bragging about what an amazing musician he is. And somehow, throughout the conversation, I think it was my mother-in-law that mentioned her husband's name, my father-in-law's name. The dude's jaw dropped so hard, it left a bruise on his chest. Boom! From when his jaw dropped. Because that, my father-in-law was his teacher. I'm telling you, my father-in-law was, because he passed. My father-in-law was a musical genius. He was like he was at Mozart level. Yeah. Dude was like that. Did I lose y'all? Is this thing working? Yeah, the mic is still on. What's that note? What's that note for? You can't hear me? What's that note? What's that note for you? Oh, okay, I got you. I can hear. I ran the test. But yeah, the man was a musical genius. And his father, my wife's grandfather, he was the director of the Puerto Rican National Orchestra. He was another one with the musical skills. But he migrated from the Netherlands to Puerto Rico. Yeah. And it's crazy because my mother-in-law has no rhythm. She can't keep a rhythm to save her life. That must have been an interesting relationship, having a musician for a husband and you can't keep a beat. The beat is going one pace and she's going somewhere else. Yeah. But that woman, I'm gonna tell you right now, if we ever lose any power in the house, I'll just find some place to plug in the wires into her, because that woman is electrified, okay? That woman's got so much energy, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. When she does work around the house, in order for you to see what she's doing, you got to record her and slow the footage down, so you can see what the hell she's doing. Zip, 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 zip. Oh, damn. And I suspect that the little one got some of that. Can you hear when I get that notification? Can you hear that? I have to check into that. That thing comes out blazing. Yeah, I think my little one might have come out like her grandmother, or like her mom, because her mom is what do you call those? Like one of those extreme sports type of. Yeah, her mom. Yeah, her mom be getting on the deadliest roller coasters you can imagine. Mom is a daredevil. The chocolate fiend is a daredevil. And the little one came out just like her mom and her grandmother. Not only is she a daredevil, but she's one of those fast ones. Oh, I don't know if my wife shares it with her, because she's very careful about what she gives the kids to consume. Yeah, she's a fiend. She's a fiend, Professor. I swear, I look around the house for syringes, because the way she is with chocolate, it wouldn't surprise me if she melts that sucker down, puts it in a syringe, and shoots it right in the vein, direct chocolatization. That woman loves chocolate. My goodness. I'm telling you, she keeps up. Can you hear that notification when it comes across? Or is it just me and my headphones? Anyway, this woman had one of those containers. I don't have one of those. But let's just imagine that this thing here was full of chocolate covered almonds. by the bed, and we were talking before we went to bed. We're sitting up in there having a conversation. I popped the lid and grabbed 2 chocolate covered almonds. Her eyes went boing. When I saw that look, I didn't even bother to pop that thing, pop those 2 chocolate covered almonds in my mouth. When I saw her look at me like that, I said, oh my God, what the hell did I do? And I was about to put it back, and she said, no, eat it, go ahead, eat it. I violated. Don't touch her chocolate. She'll even snap at the kids if she sees them reaching into her chocolate. She hides them. She hides them from everybody. That's her thing right there. Yeah. 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 So if a ton of money is missing, it'll be easy to find out where all the money went, because she'll probably have like an entire room with nothing but chocolate in there. So I know exactly where the money went. That's her thing. That's her escape from reality. Chocolate. That woman. Like I said, I can't even look at her stuff that has chocolate. I can't even look that way. Right away I start getting interrogated. What are you looking at? What's the problem? There's nothing there for you. So what? Really? There's nothing? Not even a little piece? Maybe. I'll think about it. Oh wow. So when you sent that, see, I didn't know you sent that. And when that arrived, I was wondering why she was in such a good mood when I arrived. Yeah. Yeah, it was that. She was ultra happy. Yep. Whenever my wife gets angry at me or anything for whatever reason, I know exactly where to get her. I can even get her hot chocolate, and I am forgiven. Hot chocolate and I'm forgiven, Professor. I can go to Drunken Donuts and get her a hot chocolate, and whatever I did wrong, I am saved. So if any time an argument breaks out, I got the key. Oh man, they're gonna go crazy, Professor. These kids, my wife, they're all gonna go crazy. They're gonna go crazy. They're gonna demand for your address so they can go move in with you. Yeah. What am I, chopped liver? You guys don't want to stay with me? Yeah, they're gonna go be with you, Professor. Nah, she got chocolate. Yeah, they'll just cut them open and take the stuffing out. At least the 8-year-old will do that, but not the 13. The 13-year-old is exploring. He's exploring. What the hell? Was I supposed to do that? Yeah, 13-year-old. He's busy. What do you call it? With his peers. Assimilating with his peers, seeking validation with his peers. but he's in a rock band, jamming out. So he's got his electric guitar at home. I think my wife bought him a bass. Got the drum set. We got a xylophone. Got some stuff. And the little one, she just hops on that drum set. Yeah, they. And my wife is really good with those kids because she applies because her major was in education. So she applies all that she learned at home with the kids, sensory play and all that. No screens. Lord have mercy. Hey, Brandon. Yeah, God forbid I turn the TV on while the kids are around and they're watching with me. Yeah. You'll know if I did that because I'll have like either the bottom or the upper lip with stitches after she delivers a flying sidekick right to my face for doing that. No, she's not. Yeah, screen time is very controlled. Very controlled. Very controlled. Screen time. Everybody's going to go crazy with you, Professor. Don't be surprised if I find out that they changed their last name to your last name. Hey, you send that thing. Yeah. Yeah. The chocolate, forget it. Yup, I'm second fiddle now in the house. With the chocolate that you sent? Yeah. Shit. I'm gonna pop a couple of these in my mouth. I'm gonna hear some crunch going on. Just to suppress a little bit of the hunger. Y'all, the political scene is getting crazy. Marjorie Taylor Greene quit? What? Oh. Professor, I am serious. I can understand why YouTube wanted you to prove your age. I'm serious. I'm not even exaggerating. You look like a teenager up in that. She really wasn't. She wasn't playing around with that. She was not playing around with that. Yes, you do, Professor. You look like a teenager. I'm not even making that up. I would card you. You come to my store, I'm carding you. Matter of fact, I don't care if you're buying milk. I'm carding you. Even if you're buying a chocolate bar, I'm carding you. I need to see ID. What are you doing here? Where are your parents? Yeah. Right now, the way you look right now? Yes, 100%. I would want to know where your parents are. Yeah, Brandon. Marjorie Taylor Greene. But not spelled the way you spelled it. Trailor. ITOR. That's what they've been calling it. That's crazy. But look, that Epstein stuff, that's serious. MAGA. There's a lot of news have been presented where MAGA's been highly upset. They got people burning the red hats in Montana because of that Epstein thing. They want the files out, and they want them out now. Yeah, MAGA's done because that was a campaign promise. Am I serious about what, Professor? About me asking where your parents are? Yeah, hell yeah, I would ask you. If I was a store owner and I saw you walking around my store, right now, if I didn't know you, I would ask you, where are your parents? You got money? Yeah, I would. Yeah. Some MAGA went on social media and started talking junk. It was jaw-dropping. Yeah, I know you are, but you don't look it, Professor. I'm serious. You don't look 45. You don't. You look young. Real young. I can imagine co-workers of yours being jealous as all hell because of how young you look. I can imagine that. Donut, who's your auntie? I know it's a joke, but hey, who's your auntie? Yeah. There's got to be. Good one, Donut. I learned from you guys. Some of my best jokes come from trolls. Listen to this one, Professor and Brandon. And Donut, you can use this too in the future. Am I a priest? Donut, I'll tell you right now, if I walked into a church right now, smoke will come out of my skin, okay? Yeah, I'm nowhere near what a priest is, okay? Okay. Oh, wait, depends. What do you mean by a priest? Okay, there we go. But check this out, Professor. And Brandon, check this out. My 13-year-old, he said that my lips are so big that if two ants had a race around my lips, one would take a shortcut behind the back of my head. You believe that? If two ants had a race around my lips, one would take a shortcut behind the back of my head. What the heck? What are these kids learning in school? My 13-year-old got jokes. Seriously. My 17-year-old too. He got jokes. Big time. You have no idea, Professor. I just discovered what 6'7" is. Do you know what 6'7" is? Have you guys heard of 6'7"? Brandon, have you heard of 6'7"? 6'7". Every time somebody says 6'7", they start going like this. Like, no. I don't remember why I brought it up when I was home, but I used the number 6'7", and right away my 13-year-old started going. And then he called the 8-year-old. Yeah, I don't understand what the hell that is. So he calls the 8-year-old, and he says, "Watch this, watch this." Hey, Dad, can you repeat that? Repeat what? That number again. what, 6, 7? And now I got both of them going. And I'm asking them, what is that? They're too busy laughing. They're not responding. So I called my wife. I said, what is this 6, 7 stuff? She said, oh my God, you don't know what that is? And she starts doing this. Like, what is that? Were you guys playing with elephant testicles? What is that? Why are you guys, what's so funny about the number and you guys doing that? What is that? She brings the 3-year-old, and guess what? The 13-year-old says 6, 7, and she starts doing this nonsense too. Like, what is it? Everybody in the house is playing with elephant balls. What the hell is going on here? What is 6, 7? Oh, they did? Yeah, I don't, maybe, well, my kids don't watch South Park, so I don't know how the hell they got a hold of that. Oh, my face is doing the meme. Hey, I guess I'm a walking meme. There's nothing funny. It's not demonic. It's just something the young kids do. My kids in high school say it's for little kids. Oh, okay. So yeah, I didn't know. I walked into that. I went to the house and I said 6, 7 for the first time, and my 13-year-old started laughing and doing that. Like, what the hell? And now everybody in the house knows that and does that. And I was asking. It must have taken about half an hour. My wife even sent me an Instagram video. Oh, really? There was I'm not a veteran. I'm not a veteran, Donut. I got a lot of veterans in my family, and I did do paramilitary training, but I don't qualify as a veteran. Yeah, Beavis and Butthead. That laugh? Yeah. What do you mean, Pops, Donut? How old are you, Donut? Donut, are you my age? You calling me Pops? Hey, Donut. I'm so old, I knew Burger King when he was a prince. How you like them apples? I don't know. Lately, these kids have been coming up with these new trends. Like regularly. I can't keep up with them anymore. My 30-year-old goes, yeah. My 30-year-old greets me by going, "Yer." And I didn't know I was supposed to answer by going, "Yer." So I just started a conversation, and then my son interrupts me and says, "Yo, Pop, yer." And I'm just on the phone going, "Huh? Yeah. No, you're supposed to respond by going, yer." I go, "Oh, okay." I didn't know that. Oh, it is? It's from something ancient? Okay. Well, yeah, you know, sometimes people creep in all kinds of questionable symbols and whatnot all over the place, popularize it, make people comfortable with stuff like that. That happens. Yeah, that happens. Oh yeah, but going back to MTG, I can't believe it. She resigned. And it was over the Epstein files. She voted to have them released. But they're stalling. They're stalling big time. And MAGA's mad. By the way, is there like an intelligent MAGA group and then a dumb MAGA group? Okay, so you guys know about Georgia, and yeah, there's a mutiny. In Georgia, you've got a South Korean company, Hyundai, who sent hundreds of people that work with Hyundai to set up a plant, and these 300 to 400 South Korean citizens were there to set everything up and train Americans. I think it was something up to 6,000 jobs that this factory was going to create. 6,000 jobs. So some bootlicking MAGA called, I think it happened longer than a week ago, Professor. But check this out. She calls ICE. This lady calls ICE. This bootlicker calls ICE. They come in and they detain all the Koreans that were there. Oh, weeks ago. Yeah. Sorry about that. Oh, yeah, I see it now. I'm sorry. They were going to set it up to help create 6,000 jobs for Americans in that plant. Last thing I heard was that the Korean government sent a flight out to Georgia to go pick them up and take them back to Korea, but they're not trying to go back to Georgia. The Koreans aren't trying to go back. So that's one type of MAGA that they got out there in Georgia, because in Texas, there's another South Korean factory. A factory that builds chips, electronic chips. Very precise. The Fab, that's what it's called. It's called the Fab. The Fab also had hundreds of South Koreans, but this was in Texas, Taylor, Texas. Some got lucrative job offers when they returned. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know how much they were paying them to come here and train and help build the factory and train these people. I don't know how much they were making, but yeah. I mean, even let's say whatever they were getting in South Korea was of equal pay, they still didn't want to come back. They still didn't want to come back. Trump went to South Korea. Trump went to South Korea. The governor of Georgia went to South Korea begging for these people to come back. They said, no, he ain't going back. You crazy? Look at what you did. And Taylor, Texas has that factory. And I guess the MAGA out in Texas, they don't operate the same way. They didn't call ICE to go get rid of all those people. They were building microchips that were competing, or they're trying to compete with the microchips that are built by Taiwan Semiconductor. Warren Buffett bought tons of shares of Taiwan Semiconductor, but because of the conflict between China and Taiwan, he sold off his shares. He was a little concerned. By the way, if y'all's just so happen to be paying any kind of attention to AI and how it's impacting the stock market and how it's impacting the economy, because it is. China has AI that competes with our AI. And because of this whole tariff confusion and how it's been disrupting the relationships that the US government has with other governments, a lot of countries are looking for ways to minimize or completely separate themselves from any kind of economic dependency with the United States. And China has AI that's comparable to the AI that we have, but they're offering AI throughout the world at a much cheaper price. Hey, welcome back, Sunflower. So they're offering it at a much cheaper price. That's a serious problem. OpenAI, for example, they can't justify. Yeah, that could very well be the case, Professor. 2030, yeah, that can happen. That can happen. At the rate that we're going right now, yeah, that can happen. Yeah. American exceptionalism is taking a hit right now. It's taking a hit. And so, because you suffer from depression, yeah, everybody will miss you, Sunflower, of course. Everybody will miss you. Now, OpenAI can't justify its valuation. There's tons of money being loaned out to a variety of corporations that are. All right, Brandon, thanks for popping in, man. Stay fresh over there. So there's a lot of money being loaned out, a lot of private capital being loaned out, and a lot of circular deals are being made with companies like Anthropic and OpenAI. Okay. And there are a lot of companies that are laying their money down with OpenAI and Anthropic because the AI that's available now is inferior to the AI that's being developed that people want to be okay, Sunflower. So basically, it's like, oh, you have AI on your phone, Sunflower? So basically, it's like when the internet came on the scene. It was available, but it wasn't being used, and it wasn't generating the type of cash flow to cover for all the money that was being poured into these companies that were providing internet. And as a result, there was a tech bubble in 2000. And there's some similarities to what's going on with AI. The AI that we have right now is not living up to the promise of what was being sold that AI would be. However, it's in its infant stage, pretty much. So there are corporations that are maneuvering, or that are positioning themselves so that they can have as much control of what could potentially be a blockbuster AI company. Then again, right now, OpenAI is struggling with not a new kid on the block, but a kid on the block that stepped its game up, and that's Google's Gemini. So if Google's Gemini continues on the path that it's on now, growing the way it is now, it could spell big trouble for OpenAI. Big trouble. After so many corporations like Oracle, like Nvidia, dump tons of money into Oracle, into OpenAI. And if OpenAI, yeah, and Gemini stepped this game up. Yeah. Oh, no, Bezos he's got, I'm not sure if he's pouring money into Nvidia for his AWS, or if he's pouring money directly into OpenAI, but Amazon's pouring money into one of those two. It's a circle. It's some circular deals. And what happens with those circular deals is, for example, let's say your soap making business is worth overall $100,000, and here I come and I say, Professor, listen, I got total faith that your soap company is going to blow up like ridiculous. It's going to be like Irish Spring or Palmolive or something great. Surpass them by a lot. Project Prometheus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide your business with $500 million. That's going to get around. Your valuation went from $100,000 to $500,000 to $500 million quickly. What does that do? That's like blood in the water, and there are sharks all over the place. The sharks are the investors, and that injection of $500 million is like pouring blood in the water. When they see that, oh man, I got to get some of that, because if the Professor soap grew like that, somebody with big money is making a statement right now. They're trying to capture the majority of ownership of that company. Maybe. Or they're lending that to the professor. What's going on? We need to find out. We need to get in on this. And all of a sudden, you go from 100,000 to 500,000 to $4 billion. Everybody's going to be paying attention to your company now. A valuation of $4 billion? Huh. As quickly as it did? Huh. Something's up here. And all of a sudden that FOMO kicks in. FOMO, y'all. It's an acronym. It means fear of missing out. And now you got all kinds of predatory fish circling. Everybody wants a piece of the action, and then all of a sudden your valuation goes into 20 billion. However, what kind of growth is that? That's not organic growth. You're not selling more soap. You got people dumping money into your business with the hopes that your business will grow to the point where they'll be able to get their money back with some extra ching, with some profit, and decent profit too. So that's what's going on with OpenAI and all these AI companies. And globally, it's going to be tough for OpenAI with the Chinese. They got that DeepSeek. Yeah, right? You make me your chief financial officer? I'll blow that company up to no end. You'll have all the money you need to make whatever move you need to make. Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely shampoo model. Stash Cash, what's going on, brother? Yeah, DeAndre could be the shampoo model. He can compete with the Old Spice dude. He could walk around half naked doing squats and then soaping up after he's done. He can do that. Everything's well. Everything's good, Stash. Thank you for asking. I hope everything is doing good for you. You're growing like ridiculous. You're growing like leaps and bounds, man. You got it's just a thought, Professor. Hey, we can have him with a pair of thongs on backwards, and then he's in the shower soaping up. You know, I think that would sell. That would sell a lot of soap. No, you don't think so? But yeah, Stash, your production, man, it's impressive. Pause, right? I gotta learn all that stuff. That you young folk use the pause. We don't. Yeah, you walked into something real serious, Stash. Well, Stash, you know, I was talking before you stepped in. I was just discussing something with the professor. By the way, the professor has she makes handmade soaps. Amazing handmade soaps. My wife said no more buying soap from the stores. We're getting it direct from the professor. But I was talking about AI and how right now scented soaps, yeah, if we get those scented soaps, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Once that scented soap arrives, it's over. It's over. And so I don't know if you're investing. I don't know if you're hooking up with Stash. I don't know if you're hooking up with Elevated. Well, Elevated's been doing a lot of options trading, but oh yeah, Tara Helms. Yeah, that's the name of her YouTube. Tara Helms. Yep. And I'll tell you right now, there's for example, the S&P 500 is being held afloat by just 10 companies. 10 out of 500 that are keeping the S&P 500 afloat. So if something happens to those 10, and there can be a domino effect with what's going on with these circular deals that are going on with these AI companies, with OpenAI, with the S&P right now, it's on shaky ground because of these circular deals. Circular deals are okay. So these companies are dumping huge sums of money into OpenAI and okay, no, that's fine. Stash. Basically, what I do on my channel when I get a chance is try to encourage people to get involved in the stock market. You know, I teach options, but I teach options to a very small group of people. But buy and hold, dollar cost averaging with dividend yielding stocks. You could build a portfolio that'll help you create a nice money generating machine. Thank you for that, Stash. And it's very simple. As a matter of fact, in the description below, for people who don't have a lot of knowledge about how to invest in the stock market, in the description below I have an app there that's what is that? Acorns. So with Acorns, you can have money. You can have money deposited to your Acorns account on a weekly basis, bi-weekly, monthly. So you have a stream of money coming in. It could be $1. It could be whatever you want. $1 a week, $7 a week, $50, whatever you're comfortable with. And here's something, and this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. But if you are going to go down the path of investing in the stock market, try to only invest what you can lose. If you make a certain amount a week, and you could lose, and if you lose $10, it's of no consequence to you, then you make that commitment. Whatever amount it is, you make that commitment. And the key to doing well in the stock market is to be disciplined and to be consistent. That's it. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be a genius. None of that. Yeah, you're going to hear people that dig deep into that world, and yeah, they're going to speak in a language that's going to sound like Chinese. Yeah, that's right, Professor. That's the key. Discipline and consistency. That's it. There's no magic. Yeah, you're gonna have people coming on social media gassing people up with all these shortcuts. Hey, Daniel Berry, happy Monday. With all these get rich quick schemes or shortcuts to acquiring wealth. It's nonsense. To be honest with you, it's nonsense. The way a lot of those people make their money is by selling you a course. That's where they make their money. They make their money on the courses. Those courses can run into the thousands. Imagine you got a channel and you decide to sell a course. 10,000 a pop. Imagine somebody with 10,000 subscribers and all 10. The information is valid. The results are not. The results are not. They gas you up so that your expectations are unrealistic. Unrealistic. Now, yes, it's true that I had built portfolios and have traded to the point where I was getting 70% return, 110% return, but that's me. And the thing is that when I trade, I make a decision on the spot and get the trade open and closed. But if somebody were to shadow me, if they're not opening and closing the trade when at the same second that I'm opening and closing my trades, you're not going to get the same results. You're not. You're going to get a different result. It could be a better result, or it could be a worse result. But even if you're trading the same exact thing I'm trading, you will have a different result. We will have different results. That's what'll happen. Look at, let me see. Let me see if I can find it right here. Because I highlighted it for we put out Wednesday. But this is Tony T's account. Very impressive. Oh, thank you, Professor. This is very impressive. Okay. Okay, here. Yeah. Look at this return. Look at this year that this is okay. Okay. It's backwards, but I'll read it. $4,364.82. Now, in the investment world, that's not even a significant number. That's microscopic down to atomic size. You need an electron microscope if you were to compare that amount to. But this is what makes it so impressive. First of all, year to date, it's a 36% return. Year to date, 36% return. I try to remind everybody, 36% return. Do y'all know what the average return is for a professional that manages a retirement account? Do y'all know what that is? It's between 3 and 6%. Tony T, year to date, 36%. Y'all saw the amount. 4,300. I usually block the name, but whatever. Don't know who I'm talking about. $4,364, right? 2 years ago, he deposited $500. I taught Tony T. I taught him how to trade options. And I also taught him some other things. However, with time, you approach the stock market to fit the way you want it to fit. And so, yes, of course, you're going to go outside of whatever I teach you to go searching for other information, because many people want to you want to know, Professor? Many people want to speed up the process. I don't know. Before, when I used to teach options, I used to ask everyone if they had an addictive personality. And if they did, I wouldn't teach them. Because I wanted them to control their emotions. It's extremely important. Now here's the one that I showed from Omar. Here's Omar's account. Okay, this is what he brought in year to date. Now I highlighted this on Whip It Out Wednesday. Look at that. $43,969.35. Year to date, that's the amount he generated for his account year to date. And it goes the same for a business, Professor, for your business, for your soul business, same thing. Right? You gotta tame the emotions. You gotta check them. $43,969.35 that he generated for his account year to date. That's Omar. Oh, you gonna make soap? Awesome. Omar's another one. He had zero. He didn't do anything with the stock market. I taught him. He's another student of mine. Now he's got an account. This is passive income, and this is one of his accounts. He's got more than one. $43,000, almost $44,000. There are people that make that much working, and he made that. Sitting behind a computer, probably, or on his phone, probably 15 minutes a day. On his phone or his laptop. 15 minutes a day, Monday through Friday. In less than a year, he made what some people do, going to work and physically working And he's making that 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week on his phone or his laptop or both. That's somebody's salary. That's somebody's salary. Omar went ahead and did what Tony did what all my students do. They create their own approach, whatever fits for them. Whatever fits for them. There are parameters that I teach on how to approach, whether it be trading the options or purchasing stocks. Actually, with that, I let them look at my portfolio and let them decide what they wanted to pick and choose out of my portfolio to put in theirs. Tony T went from $500 without depositing any more money, $500 to $4,000, whatever it was, in 2 years. 36% growth year to date. It's a personal decision that people have to make. Now, I don't encourage people to be like me. If 90% of the population were like me, our economy would be destroyed. I'm not a consumer. Or rather, I am a consumer, but I purchase necessities. I don't have toys. I don't have motorcycles, fancy cars. I'm not attracted to any of that stuff. Well, you can see, I mean, I don't even go to... I don't even bother with the barber. I don't even bother with the barber. The clothes I purchase, they're not name brand. And you don't see me purchasing anything that has logos on it unless it's my own logo. Right. Yeah. Matter of fact, yeah. Gerald cuts my hair, yeah. Yeah. No logos. I don't, and that's deliberate because I don't advertise for these name brands for free. I'm not a walking billboard for them. Nope. Yeah, this is my logo. But other than that, of course I would buy merch from content creators that I'm close to. Of course. Of course. We build a community. Yeah, of course I would buy merch from some content creators. Of course. I would display. But some name brand from a corporation that don't care nothing about me, my family, my community, all they want is my money? No. And I don't encourage people to be like me either, like I said, because the economy would tank. Being an investor, I would be cutting my nose to spite my face. That's a lot of cutting you would have to do. That's a big nose. My son said when I look up, it looks like a 2-door garage. I don't mind having money circulating within my community. I don't mind that at all. That I'm good with. Yeah. My kids just, they just be hooking off on me. All day, every day. My kids, listen. I'm a verbal punching bag for these kids. Within my community, circulation, yeah. You know, these Ashkenazi Jews left Europe, or escaped from Europe, or left Europe after World War II was over, and they were devastated because the children that grew up around that time in Europe, there was no schooling for them. There were no resources for them. It was taken away. Financially, they were doing very well, but once the Nazis came through, that's it. It was a wrap. But they came back here. They came over here, and even with the little bit of schooling that they had, they rebuilt themselves. Very impressive. And it's built on 3 pillars that I acknowledge. 3 pillars. And that's God, family, and business. God, family, and business. Those 3 things. That's their community. Their community is built on those 3 pillars. God, family, and business. You go to Brooklyn, those Ashkenazi Jews, they have their own school systems, their own police or security systems. They have their own pharmacies, their own supermarkets. They have their own whatever they need. They have busing systems. Whatever they need, they got. You go to their communities, the Hasidic Jews, they all wear the same thing. It's like a uniform. They all wear black suits with white shirts. The only thing they really splurge on is their hats. Some of them have these funky fur hats. But outside of that, you'll see them with their yarmulke, their white shirt, their black pants, black jacket over their white shirt. They got their tassels. Very wealthy. Very wealthy. And if you've never had any encounters with them, another thing I like to tell people, dress down and drive a bucket. If you're acquiring wealth, dress down and buy a bucket. That'll save you tons of headaches. I used to interact with the Hasidic Jewish community, and you talk to them, you'll be under the impression that they're all poor. They never have money. They never have money. Yep. And that's the way to be. Dress down and drive a bucket. All you need is some Smell Right from your soaps, Professor. Smell Rights, and if you got any aches and pains, you go see the All Balm lady. And if you need stuff for your merch, I gotta put my people in the description below. Monkey something, I forget the name of the business. See if I can find them real quick. Is this them? No. This is not them. Oh, okay. I'll put this here. Gotta find these people. Oh, I really got to get their name out there. I really got to get, you know what? There's a better way. There's a better way. Here it is, you see? I found a better way. I'm a genius. Wow. I'm a genius. Here it is, y'all. Stitch Monkey. Those are my people right there. Stitch Monkey. I gotta put them in the. I gotta put their information in the. What do you call it? In the. Oh, they're on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? What the fruit flavor? Is this the right one? Hope so. Yeah, this should be the right one. This is their crib. I got their crib right here. But that's my peoples right there. Stitch Monkey LLC out of Vernon, Connecticut. They're awesome. They're amazing. Those are the ones that make my hats and my shirts. I gotta get all that stuff for you guys. I just gotta be able to settle down for like maybe a week so I can get all that stuff and get it out to you. Professor, do you want a hat or do you want a t-shirt? Which one? Or both? What does your husband wear? What size is he? Send me all that information through the email. Email me that information. Email me your sizes. Email me the size of your head. No, you're always wearing that knit hat. I don't know if it's because you're growing dreads, but I always see you with the knit hat. Yeah, let me get all that. Let me get all that information, that vital information. You guys can get some gear. I haven't gotten into winter gear and all that other stuff yet. I'm just testing the waters here. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to do that. Do you know what I mean? I gotta take some steps. What did my son say about my head? He said my head is so big that I can't go to a barber to get a haircut. I gotta hire a landscaper. Something like that. He told me I don't have a forehead, I got an 8 head. My kids are something else, I'll tell you right now. There's something else. Wait a minute, today's Monday. You don't work on Monday, right? Right, Professor? Okay, I'm in the Midwest, so I'm in a different time zone. Let me see, so it's 2:42 where I'm at. 2:42 where I'm at. They said I had a 2 o'clock appointment. I arrived before 1. It's erasing comments? Man, YouTube be bugging out. Look at this return. Eight head. Yeah, you know what? And when I go on other people's lives, I put butter and it blocks it or sends it to some inappropriate whatever. It's classified as inappropriate. I don't know why. It's the most ridiculous thing I've heard. But yeah, butter. And I write it just like that. And I don't understand why they... Oh my God, are you serious? Yeah, I don't know why they do that. Butter. Just for saying butter. Right. This thing's going crazy. Why is that? Butter? Yeah, they're tearing up my time, man. time back. Yeah, this platform is acting up. I don't see what the big deal is. I don't see what the big deal is. By saying butter? Butter! Watch this. Watch this. I'm amazed at myself. Watch this. I don't see what the big deal is. By saying butter? Here we go. Butter! Did you hear that? Butter. 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 Yeah. Yeah. That's horrible. That they could yank it from you like that for any crazy reason. Somebody sends a complaint, whatever. What the heck? Butter. Well, Professor, I think I'm going to end the live right here. Stay fresh. Keep it profitable. And keep your ID on you at all times, Professor. I'm telling you. Listen. Yeah, you do. You look very young. Very, very young. So many wish they had those genes. Peace out, Professor.